Welcome everyone to our chakra series. Today we will focus on the throat chakra, the fifth chakra, also known as Vishuddha. Go ahead and come into a comfortable seated pose, do a couple shoulder rolls. And then when you're ready, from a neutral spine, bring your chin towards your heart. Left ear, left shoulder, chin back towards the heart, right ear, right shoulder. So doing half circles here, back and forth, and just being gentle as we warm up this area. Good, you can close your eyes or keep them open. Sometimes when I open my eyes, moving the neck around can get me dizzy, so be mindful of that. All right, the next time your ear is to the right, let's stay there. And then sweep your right arm up and let your hand rest on the side of your face, on the left side of your face. So just letting the weight of your hand do the work here, not forcing to overstretch. Option to let the left arm walk behind you or walk away from you, noticing the intensity on the left side of your neck. So this chakra is associated with the color blue. Vishuddha means pure or purification. Keeping your hand in this position, begin to look down to your right, looking at your right thigh. Walk your hand now towards the back of the head, just focusing on a different part of the neck, towards the back of the neck. And release your left arm, release the right arm, bring your chin back towards the heart, and then come back into a neutral position here. Bring your chin back to the heart, and this time, left ear, left shoulder. Left arm reaches up overhead, letting your hand rest on the right side of your face. The right arm can walk away from the hip or wrapping it around behind you. And just breathe into that area where you feel the greatest resistance, relaxing the shoulder, relaxing the jaw. Good, and then slowly we're gonna let our gaze move towards the left thigh, walking your hand towards the back of the head, feeling the sensation at the back of the neck area. So keep your head in this position as you begin to release the right arm if it walked behind you, releasing the left arm, and then draw your shoulder back towards the center, and then bring it back to neutral. Walk your hands back and then just open the throat up towards the sky. Right, just being mindful of the neck here, of course. All right, come back to neutral. We're gonna switch the position of our feet, of our legs. And then inhale to sweep the arms up, maybe gazing up. Imagine there's a rope there hanging from the sky, from the ceiling, and you're just climbing it with your arms. So getting a nice stretch, you're looking up, you're climbing up towards the sky with this imaginary rope. Sway side to side. And then when you're ready, interlace the fingers, stretch, reach it up, and a couple shoulder rolls as we come back to a neutral spine. So close your eyes here. As you know, this chakra is related to the element of sound. Through the throat, sound is propagated into the air, and its vibration can be felt not just in our ears, but also in our whole body. It is an important instrument of communication and expression. So with awareness of your throat and the color of aquamarine blue, begin to breathe and visualizing a smoky turquoise at the throat area. Now let's take our hands to heart center. We're going to do one sound of Om. Feel free to listen or join me for one sound of Om. So when you're ready, take a deep inhale in. Alright, open your eyes. Release the hands, coming onto all fours, hands and knees. And we're just going to wave our spine in our cat-cow movements. So as you exhale, really let the head go, relax the neck. On the inhale, really open up through the throat, drawing the shoulder blades together behind you. So move back and forth here into your cat-cow, spread those fingertips. And then the next time you find yourself in that cow belly pose, stay here, continue to breathe. Engage the core and feel the crown of your head and your tailbone drawing towards each other above you. Open through the neck. Gaze is steady. And then when you're ready to exhale, hang out in your angry cat stretch, letting the head go, maybe gently shaking it side to side, creating a lot of space between the shoulder blades. Belly button up towards the spine. Let the head hang. Coming back into a neutral position, we're coming into puppy stretch. Begin to walk your hands forward. Keep your hips above your knees. So start with your forehead down and just see how this feels for you. Now I have a block. If you have any prop you'd like to use, you can set it so that your chin can rest. Some of you might be able to rest your chin on the mat itself without any support. Just make sure the neck is happy. So whether you're on your forehead, on your chin, let the breath flow in and out through the nose. Ujjayi breath if that is part of your practice. And ever so gently, we begin to walk our hands under our shoulders, and let's all meet in child's pose. Let your big toes touch, open up your knees wide as your mat, and let your forehead rest on the floor. As you breathe here, feel that vibration in your throat, the air passing through your throat. Okay, slowly we stretch your arms forward, walking it forward, gazing up slightly, keep your big toes touching, begin to wave forward, and open up through the front, spread your toes. So we're going to transition back and forth into wide-legged child's pose and into kind of like a swan dive forward, gentle back bend, and just making sure we're not feeling a pinch on the low back as we move into that back bend. Yeah, so moving with your breath, moving with ease and taking your time. The next time you find yourself in that cobra movement, so take your time getting there, we're gonna hang out with that heart open and move into what's called lion's breath. So take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, open your mouth and stick your tongue out. I know it looks funny, it feels funny, but don't worry, it's so good in releasing the muscles of the jaw. Let's do it one more time. Inhale in, and then stick that tongue out. Exhale. You can even make that sound, sound. So good. All right, and then slowly make your way back into child's pose. Take a breath or two here. And then begin to bring your knees together. Come up into kneeling. Take your hands towards your low back. Get long on your inhale, and then exhale into a modified camel. Alright guys, slowly transitioning into our downward facing dog. Let the head go. Shake it side to side. Walk your dog. And just get long through the sides of the body. Then we meet our way into the forward fold towards the front of our mat. Take your time getting there, and once you get there, hang out. Grab opposite elbows and just dangle, letting gravity do the work. Alright, and then slowly we press down to rise, taking it all the way up into standing. Stretch the arms, look up. And then interlace your fingers behind the back of your head, cupping the back of your neck or the back of your head. Open up the elbows and kind of press your head into the hand into the back of the head, and just get a nice freedom in the front of the body, in the back of the body, the front of the neck. And then release, do a couple shoulder rolls. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to fold forward, soften those knees. Inhale into a flat back. This time we're gonna step our right leg back. Drop the knee down. And keep your right hand on the ground as we circle the left arm. Keep your gaze on your thumb. Follow it along, sweeping a full circle. And the next time you're reaching back, stay here. Keep gazing at your thumb. Keep sinking the hips down. Reach those left fingertips and radiate towards the back of the mat. And then release. Then take it back into downward facing dog. Shake the head. Walk the dog out. And then we make our way back to the front of our mat in forward fold. Flat back inhale, exhale, fold, slowly rise. Get long, stretch out, look up, hands to heart center, release. So we're gonna come into our balancing sequence here. Interlace your fingers behind you. I'm just gonna turn around to show you what it looks like from the back. With your fingers interlaced, bend the elbows and let your left forearm move across your low back, right elbow pointing back. Peel your right heel off the floor and float your knee to about hip height. Keep the right foot active. Find your balance. And when you're ready, bring your gaze to the left. Keep pointing the right elbow back. Fingers interlace. Find your balance. Keep balancing here and then turning your gaze to the right. And it's okay to fall. It's okay to be shaky. Relax the shoulders. Open through the chest. And release, look forward, release the leg. Press the knuckles down towards the earth and bend your knees generously and fold forward. Keep your arms energized. You can kind of do a pendulum swing here with your upper body. And then release your arms down, let it dangle. Let the head and the arms dangle. And then come up halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time take your left leg back, drop the knee. Right hand begins to sweep in a circle. Follow the gaze of your thumb, follow the thumb with your gaze rather, and radiate through the fingertips here. When you're ready, take it back behind you as if you're about to shake someone's hand behind you. Spread those fingertips, look at your right thumb, sink the hips down, and then release the right arm, frame your foot, make your way back into downward facing dog, shake it off. All right, coming to the front of your mat, forward fold, and then rise up slowly. Get long, stretch, look up, and then release your hands down. Once again in that balancing sequence, this time interlace your fingers the awkward way. Press down. Bend the elbows so that the right forearm moves across the low back, your left elbow pointing behind you. So let the shoulders be even and begin to float the left foot, left leg is active. Look over the right shoulder. Find your balance, balancing on the right leg. Right, so working the neck, focusing on moving the neck around. So this time we're going to look forward and then transition and look over the left side. All right, look forward when you're ready. And then release the left leg. Keep the fingers interlaced. Press the knuckles down. We're going to fold forward here again. Bend the knees a lot. Your chest can touch the thighs. Shaking it to the left, moving the arms to the right, side to side, opening through the chest, through the shoulders, through the neck. Then release your arms down, fold forward, palms facing up. Come up halfway, take it back into your plank. You can skip the vinyasa and move straight to down dog. Otherwise, come down to lift into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So this throat chakra is about the expression of yourself, your truth, your purpose in life, your creativity. Letting your knees come down, let's meet in seated pose here. So once you're in seated, move the flesh off the glutes, extend the legs, and then open the left leg wide. Draw the right foot into a half butterfly. We're going to extend the right arm up, get long on both sides of the torso, and lean over to the extended leg. Your gaze can look up, it can look straight or down. So there is an element of a twist here. The left rib cage is moving forward and up. Keep that left foot active. Point those left toes towards the face. And breathe. This chakra is associated with our second chakra, our sacral chakra. So a little bit of hip opening here. Now take your right hand behind you and begin to press on that right shin and lift your hips off the ground. You can keep the hips down or lift it. Just open through the front of the body. So you can look up or down, and then bring the hips back down and fold over the extended leg. Let your upper body melt towards the left leg, heart towards the toes, toes towards the heart. And gently ease yourself back up. Go ahead and extend the right leg. Extending it, getting ready for the other side. Bring the left heel in. Sweeping the left arm up. Inhale. And then exhale to lean towards the right. Beautiful. So another function of this chakra is to connect you to spirit. Because of its location, it's often seen as the bottleneck of the movement of energy in the body. So it's important to keep this throat chakra balanced and open for the energy to flow through the body and then the upper chakras. All right, guys, and then slowly rise up. Release your left hand behind you. Sweeping the right arm up, keeping the hips down or floating it up. So pressing that left shin down. Right leg is strong. Right foot is pressing down onto the earth so that we can find the leverage to open the front of the body. And my right arm is swinging back behind. It feels good to open here. Looking down or up. And then release the pose. Take the hips down. And go ahead and fold over the extended leg. And just allow your upper body to drape over. Relax the neck, relax the jaw. So even though we know the throat chakra is our place of expression through talking, part of balancing this chakra is listening, right? It's part of our communication is to listen. So we start here, we listen to our body, we listen to our thoughts. All right, right, slowly inhale to rise. And we're gonna make our way down onto our back here. So if you need to shake the legs out, go ahead and do that. And as you're ready, let your spine come down onto the yoga mat and start with your knees bent. So I'm setting up for supported bridge as an option here. So if you have a block or any prop you want to place under the sacrum, go ahead and do that. You may not need it either, because as you come up into your bridge, you can slide your block on the sacrum. And then from here, we're going to extend the legs up. So if you don't have a block, that's okay. Feel free to go on the wall and let your legs float up. Legs up against the wall pose. Some of you may have the prop underneath you, some of you may not. And that's okay. So just letting your legs move upward. And breathe. Now, if you want to stay with your legs up against the wall, that is an option. If shoulder stand is part of your practice, you may transition into shoulder stand as long as the neck feels okay with it. So the weight is on the shoulders. If you're in shoulder stand, you can transition into plow pose, halasana. Alright, so some of you with legs up against the wall pose, some of you in plow. Remember, listening. Listening is one of the traits, one of the qualities of this throat chakra. And maybe even taking this opportunity to become aware of things on a vibrational level. Right, notice the vibrations in your body and your breath. Right, this rhythm, this vibrational rhythm can affect one down to the cellular level. It's amazing. So I'm just moving here back and forth from shoulder stand to plow pose. But when you're ready, everyone, allow yourself to unwind from this pose. Let your feet come back to the earth. If you have the block underneath, let's go ahead and move it to the side. And with your knees bent here, we will transition to fish pose. So I'm actually going to place my my forearm down with the palms facing down under my sacrum. Okay, so only if this is okay for the neck. We're going to begin to press our weight onto our forearms. Kind of getting myself set up here. And then slowly rolling to the crown of my head. So I'm keeping my hips down, I'm keeping my forearms down, and I'm lifting the front of my body, resting on the crown of my head. You can extend the legs. You can even float up the legs for a little bit of core work. So if this is a lot, please skip this part and maybe even just staying in a bridge pose. Okay, because that could be intense for the neck sometimes. All right, release the fish pose. Let your knees come up towards the hips. And just let your knees gently rock side to side. Your neck can come along for the ride. Okay, so I'm rolling over onto my left side here with my knees bent, my palms stacked on top of one another. My knees are gonna stay about hips height as I open my right arm out. So I'm gonna just flap my wings here back and forth. It's a different way of getting into a twist, right? Keep your gaze on your right thumb as you open and close the wings. So when you feel ready, keep your right arm open, staying in our twist, gaze to the right. Right, usually we move from the hips, so here we're moving from the upper body into the twist. So just a spinal twist here. So one really nice way to start your day is from a calm and centered state of mind, right? That makes sense. All right, I'm actually gonna switch sides here, guys. So go ahead and hug the knees to the center and transitioning with your arms stacked, knees are stacked. And open up the left and flap your wings. So it may not, the left arm may not touch the ground right away, and that's okay, right? You can adjust the placement of your shoulder. And whenever you feel ready, let that left arm stay. Close your eyes or keep it open. On this particular twist, I am placing a block between my thighs. It feels better for my spine to have that support, right? Listening to the body, listening. It's part of our throat chakra. So as I was saying, starting each day with maybe a calm mantra or a prayer can really help set your day, right? The rhythm affects one's thoughts, actions, and emotions on a cellular level. So that might be a good routine for self-care in the morning, just setting a mantra, an intention. All right, unwinding from your twist, coming back to a neutral spine, hug the knees in, let your forehead move towards the knees, knees to the forehead, make yourself small, and then releasing it down into Shavasana. So set yourself up, knees bent or legs extended, and let yourself breathe the way it feels natural for you to breathe. Close your eyes. Feel the vibrational energy in your whole body. Breathe deeply but slowly so the breath is silent in your lungs. Feel your throat expand with the air coming in. Listen for the nothing. Listen for the quiet. Slowly breathe into this void, a deep and peaceful breath. Listen deep within yourself for the place of stillness. In the beginning, the great unmanifest became vibration in its own recognition of being. And that vibration was a sound from which all other sounds were born. If you listen, you can hear it now. It is in your breath, it is in your heart, it is in the wind, the waters, the trees, and the sky. It is in your own mind, in the rhythm of each and every thought. Feel free to stay longer in Shavasana, or begin to invite movement of the neck, head rolling side to side, wiggling the toes and the fingertips, stretching, inviting movement, awakening of the body, bending the knees to roll onto your side, pressing down to come up into your seated pose. We will end our practice with the sound of Om, the great primordial sound, the original sound from which the universe was created. So take a deep inhale in. light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.